Episode 2. Why am I here? Previously, we began a journey. We asked a question so ancient yet so personal. Who am I? We peeled back layers of identity shaped by the world, our looks, our grades, our popularity, and dared to believe we are more than the labels we've been given. Now, it's time to ask the next big question. Why am I here? This is a question that echoes in the mind of almost every teen at some point. Why am I even here? Have you ever stared at your ceiling late at night and asked yourself, why am I here? Not here in a room, school, or a city. I mean here on this planet, in this body, living this life in this time. There comes a moment in every young person's life when they stop and ask themselves, why am I here? What's my purpose? And in that question, you might find a glimpse of the greatness that's inside you. You may be excelling in school, pursuing dreams in sports, or building a social media presence. But when you strip away everything external, there's still one question that tugs at your heart. Why am I here? This isn't just about careers or future ambitions. It's about existence, significance, meaning. You weren't born just to breathe, eat, sleep, repeat. There's something deeper pulling at your soul. You were not born by accident. You didn't just show up because two people made a decision. You're here because you were needed. You're not a glitch in the system. You are an intentional spark, a living answer to a question this world is asking. You're a key, a solution to a problem, a voice meant to be heard, a light meant to shine. Think about this. Every invention serves a purpose. Phones were created to connect. Shoes were made to protect. Even a spoon has a reason for being. So, why would you, this complex, emotional, thinking, feeling, dreaming human, exist without a purpose? The fact that you're alive right now, in an age of overwhelming information, in a world fighting confusion, in a time of silent pain and loud distractions, is no accident. Within you is something rare. Purpose. Not a purpose you invent to feel good about yourself, but one you were born with, a design, a calling, a path that's been woven into your soul before you even knew how to speak. You're not just here to exist. You're here to influence, to bring light into chaos, to reflect a truth so powerful it can change lives, starting with yours. Every one of us carries a blueprint, a unique fingerprint of purpose, not something we choose, but something we were born with. Purpose is more than passion. It's a sense of divine intention wrapped in your personality, shaped by your experiences and destined to serve others. But maybe you've been told you're not enough, that your dreams are too big, that your voice is too small, that you're too young. Maybe you've asked questions and no one has given you real answers. Why was I born into this family? Why do I feel different from everyone else? Why do I have this restlessness in my heart? They are the signs of someone who was designed with depth, someone who was wired to make impact. You're not meant to float through life. You're meant to live it, fully awake. You may feel lost, like your life has no roadmap, confused, uncertain, measuring yourself against others and feeling like you're falling short. Too quiet, too loud, too late. Those lies, they don't define you. They only test how far you're willing to dig for the truth. Here's a deeper truth. Your purpose isn't in the applause or approval. It's in the becoming, the daily unfolding of who you are meant to be. Philosophers like Socrates believed the purpose of life was to seek wisdom. He said, "The unexamined life is not worth living." You see, it's not just about existing. It's about thinking about why you exist, what drives you, what calls your heart to action. Maybe you've felt the pull to create something meaningful. Maybe you want to change the world around you, or even just your little corner of it. That desire, that drive, is part of finding your purpose. Psychologically, we are wired for purpose. Our brains are constantly seeking meaning. Studies show that people who feel they are living with purpose experience more satisfaction, greater mental resilience, and a sense of well-being. But how do you find that purpose when the world seems full of distractions? It's not always a grand world-changing mission at first. Sometimes it starts small. It's in the way you treat others, the way you push through obstacles, and the way you connect to something bigger than yourself. From a spiritual perspective, the question of purpose takes on an even deeper meaning. You are not here by accident. There is a purpose woven into your life, a calling designed specifically for you. You were created by a creator who never makes mistakes, who saw your face before the world ever did, who placed in you dreams that scare you and passions that ignite you. Why are you here? To live with intention, to speak when others are silent, to lead when others follow, to bring light where there is darkness. Deep within you is a voice, a divine spark, calling you to more, not just to succeed, but to serve, not just to shine, but to transform, not just to live, but to make life meaningful. Purpose isn't always a destination, it's a direction. It's in the way you show up, the way you care, the way you believe. Your purpose is not hidden in some faraway place. It's written into your very essence, in your passions, your pain, your gifts, in the things that make you cry, and the things that make your heart beat faster. Purpose is not always loud. Sometimes it whispers, and in the silence, it waits for you to listen. Some of you feel invisible, like no one truly sees you. But what if your hiddenness is not rejection, but preparation? What if you're being refined before being revealed? Maybe you've made mistakes. Maybe you've lost your way. But purpose doesn't vanish when life gets messy. In fact, sometimes pain is the doorway to your assignment. What hurt you may be what heals others through you. You are not just a teenager. You are a seed of change. You are someone's hope in human form. You're not too young. You're not too broken. You're not too late. You're called to impact, to inspire, to influence. When you truly discover why you're here, everything changes. You no longer chase trends. You walk in truth. You no longer ask to fit in. You rise to stand out. You no longer feel lost. You begin to lead. So pause, take a deep breath, and ask yourself not just, why am I here? But who needs me to show up? Because your existence is someone else's answered prayer. Subscribe. Stay with us on this journey. Because in the next episode, we'll begin to explore how to uncover your purpose and walk in it with confidence. Until then, stay thoughtful, stay brave, stay you.